and good evening. Hello, welcome. And as always, music on my side is a little bit too loud. That was because I was listening to another stream. And why does you? Oh, of course you do. And there I am with my Twitch creator dashboard and with my Goku Mini. As you all can see, I have done some lining. The hair, I still have to fix up some places. But before I start doing that, hello, how is everybody doing? I see one watcher, but I believe normally it's just whatever. Welcome. How is everybody doing? I don't know how long I will be streaming today, this evening, as I will be streaming again at 5:30 local time. Because, and that's all in this local time in Western Europe, Western Europe, Central European time as it is officially called. In 3 hours, Mini Mommy starts streaming, and I will be watching that stream. Then we have Muse's Touch, then we have Gareth streaming, and at 5:30 I will be streaming again. All that time I will be at least painting. I hope I will be streaming till about 12 o'clock. If I have enough energy, I will be even streaming till 1 o'clock, whatever, so I can raid Mini Mommy. That is, if I have at least a few people watching. I mean, yeah, I can raid by myself, but always have a little bit like that's a little bit, yeah, pathetic, I believe is the right word for it. But I am still doing some lining with my gray liner from Reaper. Now the details on this, yeah, what can we call it, bracer? It's not really great, so I have to just paint some in. And wild Shelmet has appeared. Wild Shelmet. Oh, you know what? My stream, but I will try to catch it anyway. Pokey catch Ultra Ball. There we go. So that is most of the. As you can see, I'm not very careful with my with this mini. It was I mean, I like the whole design. Yeah, I did give it the Masupalami tail, as we decided Tuesday. I'm really getting a little bit confused nowadays. Don't know how time works lately, as I have been. I did stream Tuesday morning, so that was yesterday morning. It is now Wednesday. Yes. So it was yesterday we decided to give it a Masupilami tail. I will darken some spots a little bit more. And it's now all about the cell highlighting. And I have a, instead of, oh, the picture is still visible for you too. I have it here a little bit bigger on my tablet. And let's just give it a little swirl. That is even bigger. Nice. Ha! Sometimes when technology works, it is just great. Oh, well, I did fold the Shelmet. Now I am really curious, what is a Shelmet? So I will go to my own channel. You go, yes, I go. to my own channel. Come on, you can do it. Channel. Why? Because my creator desk does not. Oh, and of course I have my own sound. I can see over there my shelmet. Shelmet. What is a shell? Right, I should have known. It's a really nice name for a Pokemon in a helmet. Okay. Good. So I did go a little bit overboard with the lining over there. And as I was distracted with the whole Pokemon thing, you can see here I should have used some sandpaper, as it still has some leftover bruises from the supports. Normally when I print a mini I do that, but as this was more of a mini for just trying out the comic style painting, I thought don't take too much time on this mini. My fault, because now I see that it is coming really nicely along. It's even also almost worth of putting it in my showcase. And now it had those ugly little dents in there. My fault. But I still have a second one. It's the same problem, so I will certainly get my sandpaper out and get rid of those little ugly thingies. Oh yeah, and those two white spots on his butt. Can you see them? Yeah, he's whole white, but there you can see one. Yes, those are the holes. It's quite a big mini. I printed it hollow, and the leftover resin has to go somewhere. For those who do not know about 3D printing, if you do not remove on the inside all the liquid resin, the temperature changing of the resin is different when it is still fluid, and it can break up your mini as it is if it is completely sealed, and it's the pressure will build up and your mini can even break. And that's something we do not want, of course. Be a little bit fiddly here and there. Right, cell shading. Oh, I forget to do the boots. Let's get the black lining done. And I just realized that it is 10 o'clock and it is for a lot of my Dutch viewers probably a little bit late to watch, as it is a work week for them. But yeah, well, sorry. I did hear a sound I didn't like, but I hope it was for the music, or in the music, or part of the music, or how you want to call it. I do have some other projects at hand, I always have other projects at hand for doing in between other projects, otherwise I do not have enough to do. I do have a nice oriental dragon from Bones 5 lying around that I airbrushed basic colors on. And to be honest, I am a little bit itching to get to work on that one. But I do know when I start with that one, I probably will not stop with it until it's finished. And there is still one dragon that I will have to paint. I have a whole March to paint it, but it's for Carol and for Muses and Touch Friends. Muses and Touch Friends challenge. We have decided to. Oh, that's a little bit too thick. Decided to paint dragons. Only what dragon? Yeah, we are still deciding that on Twitter. And I do know that the temple dragon, that's one of the Bones 5 dragons that I was it? I believe it was Bones 5 at least. I do know I have 2 of them. One I have already started painting and as always never finished. Yes, I got stuck a little bit with the colors I was working with. And but the other one was a zombie dragon. We had the Pathfinder dragon. I also like that one very much, which I believe was also part of, at least not that. I thought it was also part of the Bones 5 or Bones 5.5. But it is the tortoise dragon, or dragon tortoise, that is apparently on number 1. So, and that's a bad thing, because then I would have to buy a new mini for that. Hey, Viking Pie, hello, welcome. How is it going? Well, it's going nice. I must say I have slept almost all day. Well, not all day, but I did go to the on the bike for a little ride to wake up, and decided, that's a bit too much, to go bed really early, as I am planning on streaming now and then stay up till at least 5:30 and then stream again. Yes, I have vacation, so I go completely crazy, as you know. But going okay. I have been working a little bit on my 3D printer. If you wake up in time, you will join. Nice. Yeah, well, I will be streaming from 5:30 our local time till I have no idea. That is also, I have an appointment at 9:30 with the dentist, so there's not enough time in between to get really some real rest, or at least sleep. My experience with sleeping in between certain, I have to sleep at least 4 hours to get at least a little bit rested. If I do not sleep 4 hours, at least less hours, I wake up more tired than I go to bed. So that's why I decided to start streaming at 10 today. Oops, my mic. It's going for my 3D printer. It's going. It's looking good. I have all the materials to replace my LCD screen. But right now I already managed to get quite a lot of resin off my old one. The last few bits are still on there. I am trying 2 methods that I have heard from other 3D printers that might work. So I'm trying those out to get the last little pieces off. And I do hope, of course, that my old LCD screen is in that way recoverable, so I can still work with it. And if not, I do have a replacement at the ready. Only it is a it's not an original, so there might be a little bit of a problem with the what is it called? The instellingen. Oh my god, my English brain is not working. Not had enough coffee yet, I guess. The settings, yeah, that it is possible that it will work a little bit different than the original one. So maybe I have to tweak a little bit with the settings, which I of course do not like very much. But we will see. First things first, see if we can save the old one. As far as I can see right now, there are a few spots that are still resin attached to it, but the light is coming through it. So it is possible already to work with it. So yeah, that is my day, to be honest. A lot of sleeping. I have already cooked for 2 days, so I don't have to cook for the next 2 days. I made myself some chicken tonight, Hawaiian, with a lot of chicken and a lot of pineapple. Let's see that we can this brush away and that brush away. And how are you doing? He has also a belt. Are you painting right now? And so yes, what? A wild crabby. Oh, let me guess. That is a crab-like. Sorry, a crab-like Pokemon has appeared. No, I'm not painting. I didn't know you were going to stream. Yeah, okay. Sorry for that. Originally I wanted to stream at 8 o'clock. But then hey Chewy P, sorry you messed up your printer. It's yeah, well, it's a nice, for a printer, it's a nice learning thingy. I should take care of my fab sheets a little bit better, meaning replace them in time. But it's looking good right now. Most of the resin is already off. And Viking Pie caught up with an old friend of mine. Yeah, okay. Hey, you have... There is a time for socializing. And of course, I was not very clear about the whole streaming today. I was, to be honest, I wanted to stream an hour ago. I already started to stream an hour ago, and then I saw that Mighty Lancer game was on. And I haven't seen their stream for a long time. And a lot of English viewers and Discord members that I know are also on that stream. So I cancelled that stream and decided to just stream an hour later, like now. So yeah, these holiday streams are really nice, I think. But for next year, or at least my next holidays, I will have to make a better schedule so everybody knows how and what. At least hoping that I do better in my next holiday in September than I did last year. It cannot be much worse than last year, so well, being sick, it can always be. There's always a chance it can get worse, but you know what I mean. And this is always one of those things I always try to over clarify what I exactly mean, even though I know everybody knows what I mean. Have I now done all the lining? Yes, I have. I could do some more lining in the face, but it's quite a flat face. The comic one that I have here on my tablet and on screen. Now I have to, the other way probably. Yeah, the other way. Over there. Let's see if I can do it. I mean that one. Come on. Lower. That one. Yeah, that one. Exactly. Yeah. Good. Let's go work on that cell shading of the skin and the trousers and all the blue. I am not even going to try to do the eyes, as well, the eyes should be quite large, but on this model they are, oh what the hell. Let's do the eyes. Let's give them a nice, they are almost rectangle, so I'm just make them bigger. Let's see how we can do that. So now he's getting more eye on his cheek than in his eye sockets. And now the other one with that nice piece of hair in the way. Let's see if we can get a nice rectangle in there. I should not really use, normally for eyes I do not use bright white. I always try to use a more a little bit of a purple color for it, to add a little bit of red to it, as if you are looking into eyes, in the white of the eyes, real eyes, they are also not completely white. There are blood vessels in there. which does make your eye white look a little bit more pink than they appear. At least that is what people told me. This is the skin color. Don't get confused with the orange. Here I have messed up a few lines here. And I see a little spot that should not have been touched by These are the small things sometimes. This is one of the reasons I always used to prime in black. Is if you forget to paint a certain place, that's always somewhere hard to read place, hard to reach place. Oh, that's too thick. And you can always not paint it, because then it is like a shadow. But in this case I wanted to get some nice and bright colors, just like you have with comics. So I had to prime it completely white. Oh, also, if I am making those eyes, then the eyes should also get a black line around it. Yay! A very thin black line. Hey. Good. Now I will mess up the other one, because if the first one goes that good, the second one is always a big problem, because his nose is in the way, and see some hair is in the way, and his hand is in the way for my brush. Nice, nice. You know what? I'll be silent for a moment. And Viking Pie is lurking. Thank you for the lurk. Okay, crickets, that's enough. Not as bad as I thought. The only thing is, it's not. Oh, it looks like I already put in an, yes, somewhat of a pupil, but I didn't. And I went over the black line again. Always a really strange thing that painting things like this are a little bit stressing, But the challenge of it is also quite relaxing somehow. There we go. But, oh, right. This tablet is a little bit annoying, as it has, I cannot get rid of the screensaver. Maximum 30 minutes. Damn. But okay. Good. He has in this picture the same color eyes as his hair. The thing is, I painted its hair yellow. I do have another picture over here. The original one. And that is Goku 3. Can I see there the eyes? I can only zoom in a little bit. Ah, just black. Good. Then we will make them black. I have to see. I haven't. No, wait. I do have a third reference picture. That is Goku 2, when I am right. Yes. No, that's this one. I need Goku 1. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we can see, but those eyes, no, it's too pixelated right now. I have to blow it up too much. We make them black. And I see I made quite a nice line over here, a little bit too thick. And as I said before, this is my first time trying comic style painting of a mini. And I do know on the picture there's much more black, and I should probably paint more black, really the dark shadows. But those are things I can still do. The only thing is with, and that's of course the challenge, with a 3D model, you are likely going to show it from different sides. And yeah, if you put the shadows on the wrong place, you probably will get a little I see where is my brain going? Not with what I was talking. I am distracted by I have not painted a shadow line over here, and I should be painting a shadow line over here. And yeah, if you put just like with non-metallic metallic, it looks great from one side, but if you turn the mini a little bit, the light and shadows are going to be from a different side, so it will not look the same. I'm a little bit afraid to do that. Also have no idea, to be honest. Where to exactly? Let's just. I think I will. First, let's do the whole highlighting stuff. No, I was painting his eye. Let's get a nice thin gray primer going. The Lux, oh sorry, there was a wild Luxio and it escaped. I cannot even see when my oh, no. No, that's a little bit the wrong place. I already see that. There's a little bit too much on the brush. No, that is not where I wanted the. It's now looking a little bit the wrong way. And also it's still very, very small. No, I am going to need my secret weapon, my magnifying glasses, to paint those at least a little bit decent. Lights on, spot on. And there we have the eyes. There we go. Nice. But just painting them black is not good enough. And now, the nice thing when you are magnifying everything, you see all the small mistakes you have been making. It's always nice. Let's concentrate on those mistakes later. At least give him both sides of the nose back. And there goes the black lining. What did I say? Let's do those little mistakes later. No. That's better. And his mascara has been running out a little bit over there. And now the most annoying part. I am going to paint a little reflection in both of his eyes, or in his pupils. At least I'm going to try to. The thing is, you always need very thin paint for this, otherwise it is drying on the brush. As right now. That one is a little bit bigger than I wanted, but it does work the way I want to. I'm not going to do anything more about the eyes. Let's get rid of this one and give you a little, if we can get this a little bit closer. Oh, that's there are the eyes. Oh, there it is. I think not too bad. For a first time. Let's go back to normal view. So that is his face is done. I see I forgot one part of the black lining under his chin. I did do the right side, but the left side I forgot. A little big droplet of black paint on my brush. There we go. And I see it great. Now I look at the picture and I'm still working on those black lining and everything. I see a great place to add a real big shadow. Right there. As I said, first time trying, and I wanted to give his nose a nice shadow, but that looks like nothing. We'll need a few layers to get that one. Gone. Let's do the always the expensive brushes. Why? Let's do my Raphael. I will start with the orange of the pants. No, I will. Sorry, I just see I have touched the tail a little bit. Don't talk with a mouth full. I have touched the tail a little bit too often, as you can see. The black spots are disappearing. So I am going to quickly paint them back. And then I am going to use a clear varnish, a matte varnish. To make sure that if I touch the mini again, the black spots stay where they are. This will mean that I have to leave this mini for a moment to dry. Which gives me a nice excuse to start on my oriental dragon. Or to start to go work a little bit more on my oriental dragon. And I thought always that the Masupilami had tiger spots on his. No, tiger spots. Cheetah spots on his tail and body, but just before stream, when I wanted to paint them, those spots, I saw no, they were not all spots. There's also a little bit of stripy, so I don't need to make them completely round or anything, but still spotted does look a little bit better than all kinds of weird striping. That's why I decided to use more spots than stripes. Let's get the matte varnish. And, ooh, I'm already on 130 followers. Thank you, guys. Wow. Right. Cold coffee. Where is my... Did I even pour coffee in it? Yes, I did. It is warm, but it's already 2 hours old. But hey, it's a thermos, a travel mug, so it does at least keep a little bit warm. Let's put the varnish just back where it belongs. QAP, I love your work, man. Oh, thank you very much. I am a little bit proud of this one. I mean, my first try in comic style painting. Oh, this one has been, yes, I did clean this one. I'm glad that at least I have, well, okay, Viking Pie is also there, at least 2. No, I have 130 people who like my work, but always nice to hear. Yeah. Just realized what I was going to say was not so marketing technically not so good to say. Recovered a little bit. His head, maybe his hair, maybe. I still need to do some work on it, but it's quite pointy. I think I will be touching quite some of it during painting. So a little bit of matte varnish on it. His face certainly. So if anything happens to it, to the model, those are already a little bit protected. And when I have a little bit left, his hand is sticking out. Let's put a little layer on it. Nice about the matte varnish is it does not shine. And this is a very thin, that is not a thin coat. Let's brush it out a little bit. When it is dry, it will look just like the paint itself, and you can use, and you can just paint over it. Oh, a wild carbink has appeared. Yeah, this is a little trick, especially if you are not using a mini holder, and you have to touch, or the mini is maybe too big. I have a oriental dragon that I'm going to work on now, right now. I don't have a mini holder for that. Also one of the things, so when I am starting with detail work and I want to protect the part, use a little bit of matte varnish to protect it. So if you are touching it, you will not rub off the paint. Also, when I'm now touching after this, if I accidentally touch the hair, the face or the tail with another color, it's easier to wipe off. A little tricky. Good, my oriental. Yeah, I have, oh my god, I have so many things to do over here. As always. But yeah, the oriental dragon, and that's this one from Bones 5. I just used the airbrush and some red Vallejo air paint, and for the more golden yellow, it's well, I did use a bright red ink in combination with a dark red Vallejo air paint. And for the more yeah, it's ochre yellow, golden yellow, whatever you want to call it. It's an what was it? A sienna ink. Yeah, see a raw sienna color. It's a little bit over, but I did put a little bit of orange in it. And now I see I have misplaced some. That's the problem when you mix colors. Over here I see a lot of red that should not be red. At least not this color. I'm going to quickly see if I can solve that. Hold my brush. Oops. Let's get into the... let's see first. The tongue will be more... It's a really beautiful sculpt. You can do a lot of things with it. Now, for me, always oriental dragon, it's completely golden or it's completely red, or at least almost completely red. And I thought the little bit more orangey, yellow, orange and red do go very well together. Only I did not see that I messed up over there a little bit. Do I have the... Yeah, I do have a same color. So I take 2 drops of the burnt sienna. I'll make it 3. And I... it is not officially a orange. Let's see. Because I don't want to thin the ink too much down. I am going to try and go out of sight a little bit. I have my air paints over here. It's still quite thin. So I am going to look for a color that does match a little bit. And I'm over here. It's not completely the same color. But the names do... a little bit the same. Orange fire or lava orange. It's a little bit darker. So I will do a little bit. But because it is an ink, and I have noticed that the inks do not really... with an airbrush you can use them perfectly. Oh, by the way. Now, that's a good sign because lava orange is what I used for Goku, so I still have it on my wet palette, I notice now. So I am going to, and not with my expensive Raphael brush, I wanted to use my even more expensive Citadel brush. Does that make sense? No, of course not, but it's just bigger. So I'm going to scoop some of my wet palette into the burnt sienna to make it a little bit darker, and also it will now, I hope, attach a little bit better to the... It's a little bit too orangey still, so I did not mix in all the burnt sienna. First, let's get rid of this here with a wet brush. Clean it, dry it a little bit quickly. Now it is in a darker place, in a shadow place, so if it is not completely the same color, it's not a problem. But as I was trying to say all the time, I add a little bit of paint to the ink, so it will stick to the model a little bit better. Because with brushwork always the ink does not always stick to the model. Probably because it's still too wet. If you use a brush you apply more of ink than with an airbrush. Normally also the little droplets of the ink are already setting a little bit when you use an airbrush. At least that is how I see it. They have a little traveling time through the air. And with a brush you have a full load of very thin ink. Oh, and there was a wild carbink that escaped. And you can see here it is a little bit more yellow now. But also when this will dry up, it probably will be quite the same color. Now I am thinking about I will do the rock last, and the thing that as I still have the same color on my palette, I want to make those those spines, right, that is the word, on the back. I want to go them from this dark red to a more orange yellow color. So let's do that, well, quickly. I will have to make it more. This is a little bit always. I have for my airbrush, I have started to be using more and more only inks, but I do have some airbrush colors, which does mean that when I am blood red, scarlet red, this is quite, it's not the same. This is even darker. This is more violet, as it is also called. Fuchsia, sorry. Fuchsia. Do I have a red? Heraldic red. I do have. It would be wiser, of course, to use. I mean, this is the game air. You can get the exact same color in the normal Vallejo paints, but yeah, I have decided to not use Vallejo paints for my brush work. Why? Just because I love the scale colors, the madness a little bit, the madness of the scale color. No, they are more matte. As you can see, even with a what was it? This one was quite close, so not completely. So I will use the blood reds to get into, as it is a little bit, already a little bit brighter. But then I did use that red, dark red color with a little bit of lighter ink. So I think we are good. And I have been talking and doing so much that the varnish is already almost, it is already dried, but just to be sure, I will for a moment, when this will turn down my heater, it's warm enough here. Oh, 1 hour. Nice. Let's have a coffee first. I do like the whole way how the whole head looks of this dragon. Really nice guy. It's called a lung dragon. Bones 5. Number 434. Oh, all right. I have magnetized them all. Totally forgot about that. So the spines, and I do see I did spray a little bit of the yellowish over there on the, I can, so I have something to do with my red. And we have to, let's see, let's put the red over here, near the orange that I was already using. What I'm going to do, use a little bit of the pure red. And just put it. How many toes does the lung have? That sounds as a trick question or some kind of joke. Do lungs have toes? If it has 4, it has 4. It is Japanese. 5 is Chinese. Hey, hello Pete, welcome. Nice to see you, and thank you for the, and of course, a hydrate. I was already waiting for that, for your random sound. Well, if
hydrate.
Yes.
Yes,
I will in a moment, because I am solving something with toes. Now this one has 5, or if you only count the front one. Now you are just looking up online. I mean, if you let's call it a thumb and 4 fingers. In this case, toes. So it has 4 in the front and a 5th on the back, so it can grab everything a little bit better. Yeah, so it would be a Chinese lung dragon, because it has 5 toes, and a Japanese one would have 4. Nice to know. Then that's why I was going for being sure, calling it a oriental dragon and not a, but now we know it's a Chinese one. And I'm let's see. Toes. Thank you for that little bit of information. 5 toes is Chinese. I never knew that, and now I do. And a wild grablocked has appeared, and I'm going to give Peter his hydrate first. With my little bit of coffee. Thank you very much. So I did test a little bit with the red, which I cannot see any difference between these and these. So I can use that red with a little bit of orange to slowly get it to a orange color. While it is wet, use a little bit more of the original orange, and not really wet blended in, but it's wet enough to give the idea about. Oh, I missed a little bit of the red on this side. My method with the whole airbrush thing, if I am priming some minis, I always have make sure that I have more than enough primer in my airbrush. But that also means that I would have to throw away some, which I don't like, because I'm, of course, a cheap-ass Dutch guy. Which means I always have 1 or 2 dragons or other big minis for the grab to use the last little bit of primer on. And in this case, I primed this one completely, and then I immediately thought, let's make it all red. But I was also, again, a little bit cheapy with the whole paint thing. I see I missed a lot of places with all, although it is in the shadow, you almost do not see it. Now I am really picky, getting a little bit of the orange and a little bit of the yellow, while the paint is still a little bit wet. And get those. I don't know if this is an original idea, as I believe, I don't know, is a Chinese dragon also fire breathing? Has it to do with fire? No idea. I'm not really so much up to date with the Chinese culture. Let's see if we can blend it in a little bit. This is just my first tryout to see how it looks. But I think if I will do that for the whole spine, that it will at least have a very nice effect. So now I was looking right there. Yeah, I did use a little bit too much of the yellow paint, inked on the scales. Let's get rid of that right away. And good to know that I can use the deep, no, it was, what? Blood red for the rest of the model anywhere where there is not enough red from the airbrush. And when I have done this, I go back to my Goku model, as the varnish is, as I said 5 minutes ago, the varnish has dried. There is a little bit of color difference, but I am planning on all the, yes, really nice great scales. I'm certainly going to, well, not on the tail, but I'm going to certainly highlight them a little bit. It would be a very nice experiment to get them right, in the right places everywhere. Not going to dry brush it, because I'm just stubborn and want to have too much work on one model. Right, we have a Goku model to go back to. As I said, I have used some varnish on the tail and on his hair, so it will not rub off the paint anymore when I'm... And it does not matter at all. It's all because you can paint up how you want it to. Yes, you are very right. It's my model. Thank you very much. And also, I mean, everybody who knows how Goku looks, so you need to do it a little bit like the original. That's why I'm practicing on this one for my X-Men, my Marvel X-Men models. And according to what Chewie found about the Long Dragons, and in D&D they have no breath weapons. No breath weapons at all. Okay. A lot of great information. Nice. So So they probably have different kind of weapons. Now let's see. Normally I would try to when I am painting skin, you would make nice layering, as this is a comic style paint. You don't. Now you make some kind of layering, only it's not built up gradually. They can also be any alignment. They are not constrained at a certain morality. Okay, that's maybe nice, nice information for any DMs that are present. Maybe, I don't know. A long dragon. Tip of the nose. And let's get a little bit on his cheeks. And a little bit on its ear. Now with this I do have to remember I am painting cell shading, which means you literally paint on. As far as I know, I have not really studied the whole technique. I've just looked up some pictures and tried to find out what the difference is. They are considered more spirit than dragon. They are affiliated with an aspect of nature. Okay. Well, that is indeed a little bit more like what... Oh, I see one. With the traditional Japanese... Chinese, Japanese, the more oriental approach of indeed with dragons, as far as I know. Dragons are indeed more natural, a certain aspect of the nature, and also indeed spiritual. Huh. You see, even on an ordinary painting stream, you can learn a lot about other cultures. Thank you, Chewy. Yeah, one thing that did bother me a little bit with this mini, just go back to my painting. He doesn't have nipples, so I will have to paint those in. And as you can see, I am making the paint a little bit too thin, because I am used to with cell shading. As I can see, the layer for highlights should be quite obvious. So adding a little bit more paint so it gets a little bit thicker. And I'm using the original, what is it? Dwarven skin from Game Color. And I added a little bit of the golden skin, which is quite... oh, I should use my other... Not hold it up like that, but... Right. The golden skin from Scale Color, that's quite lighter. And I'm using... in this way, at least the colors do look a little bit like each other. They don't... I am afraid if I only use the lighter color, that it will look a little bit stranger. A little bit too strange, maybe. Well, there we go over the black lining. No. maybe let's do the other shoulder. Let's get the original pale skin. Just brush it on without the dwarven skin. Just to see if that is maybe even better than, as I am still a miniature painting and I'm trying somehow still to get a nice smooth layering, but still probably the idea that I need more layers. But I think I don't need to, as the difference between the two colors, it is visible. But not, if you look, it's already been half an hour again. As the difference in color might be quite obvious, or can be quite obvious. Oh yeah. Normally with mini painting you don't do that. You make sure you get gradually to the highlight colors. But I see with this I can just use the highlight color on its own. Learned something about it. Nice. I don't know if there is a nice dent in his skin, in his shoulder. As I forgot to, well, not really forgot. He still has some spots also on his trouser where the supports were attached. Normally I clean those up, but as this was a tryout mini, I didn't bother with that. And a Vibrava has appeared. That sounds good that I don't have a family-friendly. No, I am really trying to see Vibrava. It's a cricket or dragonfly-like Pokemon. Okay, small, sorry. Good to know. Oh, and do we need some more Pokeballs? Get some shell shading in here too. Oh, and the Vibrava has escaped. Damn. Even if I do not Where was I going? Do not dilute the paint with thinner, or thin the paint, that's a better word in this case. It's still quite thin, apparently. I didn't think that it would be this thin. The hands. Get a little bit on the knuckles and over here. Certainly on these knuckles and fingers a little bit. Before I go any further, I am going to do the nipples. As I said, I am going to paint them in. They are quite to the side over here. I don't have such a big chest, so I have to refer to the original picture I'm looking at. But they do need a black line around it. There. See if my... Yes. My gray liner is still nice and liquidy. Now, paint a circle. Ooh, almost perfect circle. There we go. I have to touch that up a little bit. With the original dwarven color. So that little ugly part. There we go. I see. Now I have my little brush out, or my little fine brush. Let's just add a few more highlights to those abs. And I have to redo a line in his chest. Like that. I have. I'm not trained in it, but this looks quite like a comic character to me. So I will do a few more highlights, which means almost white. Well, in fact, they are white. But as a mini painter, I don't trust pure white. So I will add a little, I said a little bit of the, let's get a still nice lining brush, but a little bit bigger. It is almost white, but not quite. I add a little bit of the used skin color. I only use it on some very spare places. Let's see if we can get a nice, very thin highlight on the abs. I think if I can work on this all night, well, I can, because I still have a long way to go till 5:30. Oh, it's already 11:30 over here, and that's 5:30 local time. So I have a lot of time for this mini. Probably even able to be finishing it. And that would mean that I can finish my Goblin Inspiration mini for the month of February. I think we use 3 colors and a lot of black. Okay, so in fact I was thinking of adding a shadow color, but apparently the real shadow colors are black. You know what? I use the liner, but I also see a nice spot that I completely forgot to paint in. I am not very pleased with that result. So maybe I should better leave it as is. maybe make his chest look a little bit deeper and bigger by indeed adding a little bit of this kind of lining. I have painted over my white. Then paint over it again. Yes, I am going to. So it's maybe not completely real comic painting, comic style painted, but I do like it. And it is, as Chewie said, it is my mini. I decide looks cool. So that's the whole skin done. Oh wait, I see I have this hand. Oh come on, a little bit of. Well, we do add. Why not? I should use a smaller brush for that. But they do add those tiny little lines to the fingers. Like this. That does make a difference. Sadly enough, this one. If I do it with that hand, let's see how they look on this hand. Just okay. And I already thought I recognized that number. This is my most favorite number on this playlist. And I still cannot find it. Oh, where is it? I'm going to. Let's see. I'm finally going to see if I can consume alive. Because it's really, really bugging me. It sounds like nothing. Yeah, a lot of. Where are you? Insanity. Can I remove from queue or only remove from queue? Okay, well, in this case, problem solved for the next time. For this time, at least. So we have all the blue and all the orange. So I will start with adding the orange highlights. No, not with that brush. You can go back to that place. And a wild Standler. Probably something with antlers, I guess. So I will add the orange and a little bit of the yellow, or better said, a lot of the yellow. Looking at the original picture, I need a lot of yellow. So don't darken the yellow. Let's just use the yellow as is. In a too much thinned down version, I notice. So yeah, I did thin it down too much. A little bit more of the lantern yellow, which for me is still a little bit more like orange than real yellow. Let's see. Yeah, I could make larger shadows in here by adding more black, but oops. Can connect. Well, it does need, of course, yellow. It is still a the color yellow itself I do like, but as a painter it's always not covering good enough unless you're using even if you're using it on white. Somehow it's always not covering that good. I guess because of the pigments probably are quite weak. You have a red or a blue, those cover always immediately, most of the time. And then you get with yellow the same thing that you have with white. I guess the pigment is also a little bit bigger somehow. You never get a nice, well, never is a lot said, but I have always problems with getting a nice smooth layer. But it's also quite possible that I'm just not patient enough to let everything dry. Good enough. The skin was a little bit easier to do. While the yellow is drying, I'm going to use For the blue. Now am I going to add white? No. Add a new blue to it. I did that with all the colors. So I pick up a sky blue, which is indeed something lighter. Oh yeah, the Goku picture is obscuring my... you know what? Let's change that. You cannot see my little vortex shaker. Still not. There he is. It's a little bit better. And according to my Twitch stream manager creator dashboard, I have lost one follower. Oh my god, what did I do wrong? No. That's life. And to be honest, I hope he's happy with his choice or her choice. Right. Maybe he didn't agree with what I am doing to this Goku miniature. You never know. And again, I am already thinking again as a miniature painting, not as a comic book artist. Those are really, really thin. You hardly see any difference. Which means that you will see the lines, but not real cell shading. Which is, by the way, yes, and now I am using it. I am in fact cell highlighting, not cell shading, unless that is exactly the same thing. Okay. As when you are adding highlights, you are also creating shading, more or less, I guess. I'm going to leave that one just below the trousers darker. See if that helps a little bit with looking into the shadow, that it is more in shadow than the rest. Oops. The top of his shoes are nice big surface to give it one big nice highlight. Oh, we cannot see his feet in this picture. Oh, but I have another. Let's just add to the whole surface like this. And to the back a little bit. And here on the sides. And it is almost Thursday. Almost. Ten more minutes. I will I will at least go on till 12 o'clock. Okay. I did clean my brush really, really well. Ooh. That's not good. I will somehow, the paint has hardened. It's still a little bit liquid, but yeah, there it goes. Use a little bit of my brush soap to get it off. Yes. Normally, if there is a little bit of paint at the bottom of your brush hairs and at the start of the ferrule, you can use your nails to just gently scratch it off. Gently. Well, I have such nails that I am not able to, but I will use always a little toothpick. Just don't completely bend the hairs. And it is gone. Nice. Yeah, let's go on with the yellow. Really does need a little few more coats. If you want it a nice bright, to be a nice bright yellow. Oh, I see, I forgot a little bit over here. And a little spot over there. am a little bit I am thinking about what to do with the side of this pants. I always forget that pants is plural, always. And while I'll think about it, let's clean the brush first. Let's just leave it as is. We can always paint a little bit in later. But I think this is good enough. And after this stream, I will certainly go watch, because I have 1 hour break. Yes, before Mini Mommy starts. I would like to rate her stream, but I do need a little break, otherwise I will not make it till 5:30. Also eat a little bit. But I almost slept all day, especially because of the streams I want to do today. Tomorrow. My whole schedule is a little bit different, so I did not have my usual breakfast in the morning, my usual lunch. In fact, I only had dinner at 4 o'clock. That's not a big problem. I still have, I have some reserves. But yeah, my body is telling me, I'm still hungry. Yeah, you always tell me, oh, I'm hungry. As I said, the whole skin and hair was a little bit easier. Poses are a little bit trickier somehow. They look more like camouflaged than really highlighted. Let's just give them here and there a few, a little bit bigger shadow. Maybe that does help. They should be a little bit more exaggerated. I also think that because there is no shadow over here, that's why this one looks a little bit weird. And in fact, we can do a big shadow in this area. Let's get a bigger shadow over here. This is a real big shadow. Should at least be quite dark shadowed. That one I do like. Here under the arm, I'm still not completely satisfied with it. Maybe because it's not. Yeah, I don't know. On this side, it does not look that bad if you just keep it. It is a shadow. Right. Now, if you do that big of a shadow on the one leg, then we'll have to do one on this leg too. Like that. Let's make this whole area a little bit darker. That is what I am seeing. If there is no shadow over here, then why not get it into one part? Because that is a little bit what I am missing a little bit. A little bit of shading into here. Highlight. Looks a little bit more dramatical now, but also to me it looks at least better than it was. Let's see if we can get some more. So don't be afraid to add quite dramatical big shading to it. Right. Shade around here, and it should also be a highlight, at least. Shade that whole side of the leg. Just try it out. Maybe it looks just dramatically enough. So, I mean, in the original picture, there are quite some dark, quite some dark shadows. Yeah, it is a cartoon. You need a lot of that. Does certainly not look bad from this side. Now I do have to get a little bit of white. No, I have to use the orange for that one little black spot. I am adding a little bit of white, a little bit of orange later, and then the yellow again. This out a little bit. Make it more in a little bit more round shape, like this, as it is for somebody who is trained so good. Probably quite round. Certainly not bad. I keep repeating myself, but yeah. The white is and a wild fledgling has appeared. I'll wait a moment till to see if anybody is going to catch it. I will use a little bit of the orange on his left buttocks. Make sure it is a little bit more round. A little bit too thin. I need the orange. And then I am going to end this stream, as I said, so I can get a little bit of a break. And in 1 hour, there is a mini mommy is going to stream, the American streamer and a really great painter. I really love her work. I will be watching that stream. She streams for, I believe, an hour and a half. After her stream, we get a Muse's Touch stream that I also will be watching. And then we have Gareth's stream. All of them great streamers, great painters. And after Gareth, I will be streaming at 5:30, 4:30 UK time. For those people who are still up, or maybe even getting up. Because, yeah, you know, my holiday strangeness, madness, maybe better, is completely kicking in. I am going to try to, my next vacation will be in September, if I do not get sick again, but I'm not counting on it, at least not that sick. And I will be doing this a little bit. Also a little bit. So streaming late in the evening, late in the night. For my for the American viewers. I need to get more and more followers. Come on. Subs are also very, very much whatever. I'm not doing it for the money. Good. I'm going to say goodbye to you for now. This is as far as I did get with my Goku. I hope you liked it. Thank you all for watching. And hope to see you all next time. Have a great... it is Thursday now. Have a great Thursday. Tomorrow evening I will... today. Yeah, tomorrow evening it's Friday. So I will certainly be streaming my finally finished Friday. There is no Monster or Bust stream on Saturday. So sorry, I got invited to oh my god, brain. A birthday party. So and it's I believe it's called my godchild. Mijn peterkind for the Dutch people on. So Saturday no stream. Sorry, but later this evening at 5:30 I will be back, and probably at between 8 or 10 I will also be streaming to make up a little bit for the missing Saturday stream and all the other streams we missed in December. So again, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you all next time. Have a great day. Bye. And we have the button over there.